Society tends to view cats as aloof, highly self-sufficient creatures who sleep 18 hours a day and are secretly thrilled to have the house to themselves when we leave for the office. But science tells a completely different story. To your cat, you are their social anchor. You establish the baseline for their entire environment. The exact moment you step out and close the front door, your cat does not feel relief. They experience an immediate biological reaction to sudden isolation. For a feline, the sound of the deadbolt locking is a severe acoustic trigger. It signals that their connection to safety has been severed. Leaving for work is a completely normal routine for humans. For a highly sensitive cat, it drops them straight into a sensory and social vacuum. Within seconds of your departure, your cat's brain releases a massive spike of cortisol. Cortisol is the body's primary stress hormone. As that chemical surge takes over, cortisol instantly converts their natural predator drive into high-alert panic. Relying heavily on smell, they immediately detect your fading scent. They process this decreasing data using the Jacobson's organ, a specialized scent detector in the roof of their mouth. This rapid chemical shift leads to a specific behavior during the first 10 minutes you're gone. The cat will often begin a frantic territorial patrol, obsessively pacing the perimeter and checking the windows and doors. They are not looking for a way to escape. They are anxiously securing a vulnerable territory that has just lost its leader. Humans experience time on a linear clock. Cats experience time through environmental changes, shifting routines, and associative memory. Cats evolved as apex predators, with senses built to track the faintest rustle of a mouse or the flutter of a moth. When a house goes completely silent, it provides absolutely zero environmental stimulation. This lack of stimulation plunges the cat into what feels like an infinite loop of isolation, effectively turning your home into a sensory deprivation tank. This dashboard of sensory data shows what happens next. The heavy sleeping you might observe on a pet camera is rarely restorative peace. It is actually a defensive biological powering down called separation-induced lethargy, where the brain conserves energy to cope with the empty environment. When this vacuum becomes too overwhelming, specific stress behaviors emerge. You might find a cat emitting very specific low-frequency distress calls or staring intensely and defensively at the front door. A perfectly quiet house offers no relaxation for a feline. It's a sensory void that triggers defensive anxiety and forces their brain into a protective shutdown. The domestic cat exists as a biological paradox. They possess the physical hardware of a solitary wild hunter, but thousands of years of domestication mean they possess the emotional dependency of a toddler. Without a human present to actively engage them and trigger their natural hunting sequence, they build up severe, pent-up physical frustration. This overwhelming frustration connects directly to the destructive behaviors that frustrate owners, like aggressively tearing into the living room furniture when left alone. Powered by wild ancestral instinct, this serves as a biological release valve for hunting energy they cannot burn off in an empty house. Destructive scratching is never an act of spite against you. It is an uncontrollable biological glitch caused by a wild predator trapped in a static environment. That neurological shutdown ends the exact second they hear the familiar acoustic trigger of your key turning in the front door lock. This diagram shows the cat's brain reacting to that sound. It causes a massive internal surge of oxytocin. Oxytocin is known as the love hormone, and this surge immediately flushes the built-up cortisol entirely out of their system. Those common greeting behaviors, like a sudden, frantic case of the zoomies or immediate aggressive scratching at a post, are a vital physiological release of 8 hours of accumulated survival stress. This dramatic reaction proves your vital role in their survival loop. You are the ultimate signal that their territory is finally safe again. Their extreme reaction to your return is simply their body finally letting its guard down. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to understand more of the science behind your pet's behavior, hit subscribe and let us know in the comments what pet secret we should explain next.